Um, just wanted to take the time to speak about some of the comments recently from the Champions League. People saying that the Premier League is now washed because of one fixture week in the Champions League. It's interesting, lads. There's 9 teams in Europe that are from the Premier League, and they're all doing well, and they were all away, and they all have more fixtures to come and can turn it around. And they've done well all season in the Premier League, but also in the Champions League. And I just think when they come up against the teams like PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, it was always going to be tough. Don't get me wrong. Um, and the argument was never that those teams, the foreign countries, can't compete. The argument was that Premier League is the most competitive league in the world, therefore the best league, which still holds true. One, because the fixtures aren't done, the Premier League teams can still win, and two, one bit of fixtures don't define it. PSG and Real Madrid, Barcelona, we always knew these were titans, um, and yeah, it was always going to be hard. Barcelona tying Newcastle, that goes to show, you know, it's not like Newcastle are expected to win that, and people are saying, "Oh, the Prem's washed, all these Prem teams might get out." Newcastle are 10th in the Prem, and they're competing with Barcelona, so that should tell you a lot. Yes, I know Arsenal tied Leverkusen first in the Premier League, sixth in the Bundesliga. I understand that, but sixth in the Bundesliga also isn't a walkover, and yes, they're first in the Prem, but there's bound to be tough games. The argument is more that the 20th place in the Premier League, as Wolves, can compete with the first place in the Premier League, Arsenal. The 20th in the Bundesliga and Bayern Munich are probably not going to be competitive. Um, 20th in La Liga and Barcelona and Real Madrid probably aren't going to be competitive. Yes, there's upsets. Yes, there's times this happens. But on general, you can't really predict the Premier League, whereas other leagues, it's always the same teams with a little bit of variation. So we'll see what happens. But I just think it's a bit mental to say this early, after a few bad games from the Premier League teams, that the Premier League's overrated, the teams are washed, stuff like this. It's crazy what you hear. Um, Again, fair play to the foreign teams, Barcelona, PSG, Real Madrid, Leverkusen, Galatasaray, all these. Yes, the Premier League could have done better, but they were all away. There's always going to be some upsets. I think it's just insane to say after 1 week of fixtures that, away with some hard games, if the Premier League doesn't win all 6 of them, apparently, it's just an overrated league. Um, it's interesting. I think a lot of it's rage bait, and fair enough. I'm not too chapped about it because, like, if you watch the certain leagues, the Prem, um, but it's more just interesting to see. So, let me know what you think.